Hi, welcome to Film Stash. My name is Douglas Campbell.
And my name is Stephanie Hitt.
Building up to the Ballerina, we're talking about all the John Wick movies, starting with the John Wick. Whenever this came out in like 2014, I didn't really think much of it, to be honest with you. When I heard of the concept, I thought originally of Smosh's Taken 3 parody that came out the year before. And then when I heard, oh, we're making an actual movie about this, I was like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. You know, fast forward now, it's like $1 billion franchise.
This was one of those movies where, like, we were all just, like, chilling on the couch. My dad just, like, turned on a movie. Just turned it on. And we were all like, oh. And from the first time I saw it, I was like, this is so cool. I think this was also my first exposure to Keanu Reeves.
Really?
Yes.
So, like, you've never seen The Matrix before?
Oh, I guess, yeah, because I had seen The Matrix. Wait, no, maybe it was...
Maybe?
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
Wait.
Well, I mean, you could think about it. I'm just... If anything, like, I don't think he's the best actor in the world, but, like, in terms of, like, the stunts, he's the man. Matrix certainly showed it, though it had a lot more, like, wire work involved. This was more like, you got to see the raw power.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Power.
In the grand scheme of the franchise, it feels so different. With how crazy and bombastic it gets, like, it just feels very quaint, I'll say. It's just a guy whose dog gets killed and he kills his way to the top. It's very simple.
Something that always bugs me is that people are like, oh, it's just a dog. Oh, they killed his dog. Oh, don't kill John Wick's dog, you know? We all know it's so much more than a dog. In the simplest terms, they killed his dog. It bothers me when people don't talk about the deeper reason for this entire movie, his last gift from Helen. Like, some semblance of hope. Daisy meant so much more than just being a dog. The dog, you know, I'm like, it's so much more than a dog. It's his dead wife's memory.
Even though the narrative is pretty simple, I think by making it essentially be like an extension of his dead wife, I do think it's an important thing to kind of like keep the film together, despite the fact that it's like all this crazy carnage over, yes, you're right, a dog, but it's more than a dog. Yeah. It's super efficient with its time. Pretty sure it's like a little over an hour and a half. I timed this because I was like so curious like how fast they went through it. Introduced to John Wick, you do get a little bit of his history with his wife. She dies, he gets the dog. He meets these assholes at the gas station, killed the dog. It's like within 15 minutes. You get the setup, you get the characters, you get the villains, and it's off to the races, you know? The rest of it, like, boom, 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 boom. That's something I kind of appreciate because at least nowadays I feel like movies are super long.
So much happens in such a short time that I never think about it until I'm actually watching it.
They kind of, in a weird way, took some notes from the Rambo franchise, at least the first one, if that makes sense. John Wick, like, he doesn't say a lot.
Oh, he's like a silent, strong character.
Yeah, he's a silent, strong character. Everyone's hyping him up as like, oh, he's this badass. You don't want to mess with John Wick. All the action and fight choreography, that's like his inner emotions coming out. Same with at least the first Rambo. That's his trauma coming out using what he's learned. Same with John Wick.
When I was in college and I wrote my essay on John Wick, that was one of the things I covered was like how he's such a silent character but says so much, you know? Mm-hmm. I actually counted how many words he said in the whole movie. I can't remember how many it was, but I think it was under 100. There's a point where he kills that guy. It's in the red circle when he's after Yosef.
Yeah.
Where he's taking out the guards so he can sneak around. The one guard, he just like stabs in the neck and then like maintains eye contact. It says so much. Like it expresses so much by doing so little.
This is personal. It's not just... Yeah. Oh, I'm just killing. I guess while we're talking about action, one of the things that I certainly appreciate, like, coming back to this film, this movie, it essentially redefined, like, action and the action genre. How it's shot with the cinematography, like, a lot of neon colors, and also you get like this intense action, a lot of one takes, longer stretches where you get to see the actors physically doing these stunts. Do you have any favorite scenes from John Wick, this John Wick?
The one, like, at the end, when John is on his way to take out Yosef, and it keeps flashing between John taking out all the men, and Vigo just sitting at the desk rolling up a blunt. Least favorite scenes, though, is Perkins. Yeah, she's so freaking annoying. First off, she's trying so hard to be tough. She's like, fuck you.
And she just feels like she's like outside of what these movies are trying to do, you know?
Yeah, like she doesn't belong, but she's just like generic action movie bitch.
I feel bad saying it because, like, if you look at the stunts that her and Keanu do, like, they're great. It's like she just doesn't feel like she fits in with everything else.
I'm really glad that she doesn't survive this movie. Like, her scenes are the ones where I, like, go to the bathroom. And I'm like, I don't need to be here for this. She's so annoying. So annoying.
I guess since we're talking about characters, I do find it interesting. You forget that, like, people like John Leguizamo and Willem Dafoe are in the first one. They play such a minor role.
Ice Age was my introduction to John Leguizamo. This is the first live-action film I saw John Leguizamo in. I thought, hey, that guy's pretty cool. And then we saw The Pest. Oh my gosh. This is not the same man. And him being like, yeah, shoot me, you know?
No, he's like the least intimidating tough guy.
I'm like, how, like, I can no longer take him seriously in this movie.
Because you're just picturing the past.
You know, I'm like, okay, he's just goofing around.
I guess just like the biggest things I like about this movie, I think the red circle was like the highlight of this movie. I feel like if I had like a critique, at least with this movie, certainly cool action scenes that happen later on, but it kind of peaks there and then the rest of it isn't as strong.
Yeah, no, that scene definitely does a very good job at portraying like the differences between Yosef and John. It does a good job of showing, like, physically showing the two men's different personalities at this moment.
It's like wild animals, like
yes.
a predator-prey type thing.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons this is my favorite film, because, I mean, not only is it the original, the first, but, like, it's the most straightforward, simple. The other films are still very cool, but they do get progressively more off the wall and out there. It's a fun franchise. It's probably one of my favorite franchises besides, you know, of course, Twilight.
Have you seen the new documentary that's come out, Wick is Pain?
I have not.
I guess this is like our recommendation of the week if we're gonna pop that like little thing up real quick. If you do like John Wick, I definitely would recommend that documentary.
You recommend Wick is Pain? You're gonna put in my hand and post.
It does essentially cover the behind the scenes of the first movie. You get like actual footage of like them deciding how much facial hair Keanu Reeves should have in this movie, and like kind of goes through a lot of the first movie. It is certainly worth checking out if you like John Wick. It does give some like pretty interesting insight because they do record a lot, surprisingly. What would you give the first John Wick? What would you rate it?
9.5 out of 10.
That's pretty good. I mean that's really good for you.
Well, you know, this is like one of my favorite movies, and
that's the reason I brought you on, is like you're a way bigger fan of the franchise than I am. I really like these movies. The first one, I think it is really good. I think like the action obviously carries it, and I think the pacing, it like those are the biggest strengths of the movie. Plot is incredibly weak. It's just like an excuse just to have the action. I give it like a solid like 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Any help that you can give to this channel, I would just greatly appreciate it. I'm almost near my mid-year goal of about 350 subscribers. Maybe by the end of the year, I'm hoping to get to 500. We'll see where that goes. Any help that you've given me so far, I just would like to say thank you. That's all the time we have for today here on Film Stash. My name is Douglas Campbell.
And my name is Stephanie Hitt.
And if you excuse us, we're adding to the stash.